What's up, everyone, and happy Tuesday. We are back at the semi-start of a new week. What's crazy is I had yesterday off from work because I just had not a boatload, but I had a good amount of PTO left for the year, and my manager was saying because I just wasn't going to take it. I was just going to forfeit it, and how my PTO works for this position at this job is you use it or you lose it. So if I don't use it by December 31st, it's not like it rolls over. So I was just telling my manager, yeah, I have about 5 days left. I think I'm just going to eat those up. She was like, no, Ashley, you need to take them. So I've been plotting different PTO days, which, is a blessing that she was even, willing to allow me that time off, especially because I think I mentioned a while ago that I recently got a new position at this job. But anyway, I had yesterday off, so it kind of has thrown off my week a little bit. And I also have Friday off, so I feel like I'm a little bit ahead, but I'm also a little bit behind on things I have to do. And then also on top of the fact that if you've been following Be Blessed 2020 for December, for this month specifically, you know that I haven't been doing my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. I've been Tuesdays and Thursdays, and supposed to be going live on Saturdays, but for the past 2 weeks, that really hasn't happened. And I can't even say that if it's going to happen this Saturday or not, because I'm traveling out of town to help my brother move his things back to Ohio. So needless to say, the end of the year has been very busy for me. It's proven to, just have a lot going on. And on top of the fact that, I have not Christmas shopped yet. And I have an array of emotions centered around that. But we are back at a new week. And if anything, if any feeling that you should have right now, it just honestly should be blessed. You should feel blessed that not only did you make it through 2020, COVID, a pandemic, racial injustice, this historic election, but you also are alive, you're well, and you are this much closer. And you're always going to be this much closer until you realize it, but you're this much closer, or you're so much closer to not only realizing your potential, but living in your purpose and just walking and receiving it in everything that God has to give you. So let's get right into today's video. As always, God is blessing us. He's always going to be blessing us. This week, I'm really excited to talk about this focus, because I think it's really going to do a wonderful job at setting us up not only for next week, which is going to be our last topic, but also next year, and really just life in general. So if you haven't been following along for this month, our goal focus for this month, or really what we've been doing this month, is using it as preparation time. So we haven't had a specific overall focus for the month like we have in previous months, but this has just been our preparation month. So the first week we talked about being reflective. That was our goal for that week, is to be reflective and really just looking back on all that this year has provided us, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then not just looking back at it and just saying okay, yep, this is what happened. Okay, yep, that's what happened. But taking from those, figuring out what were the lessons that we needed to learn from those instances, and then being able to properly apply those to whatever we're doing currently or whatever we are trying to do in the future. Last week, our goal focus was to be prepared. And we talked a lot about preparedness and what that means and what that looks like. And it actually kind of weaved in being reflective perfectly. This week, we're going to talk about our expectations. Okay. This week, our goal focus is to be expectant. And the reason I'm so excited about this is because I feel like a lot of things get thrown off the rocker based off of proper or improper expectations that were set, or expectations that were set that necessarily weren't met. So that's why I'm excited, because especially when you deal with people, for my job, I work from home now, but I still deal with a lot of people on a day-to-day basis, whether they're the customers that we're servicing or the people that work under me. And you would be surprised how many things can be rectified or just made clear once you go back to what the expectations were for your either for your position or for this interaction that we have for our relationship. Go back to the original expectations of that relationship and figure out whether you are meeting those expectations, whether they need to be fine-tuned, or whether you just need to wipe them clean and start over. But I feel like a lot of good relational situations happen due to proper expectations that were set. So today and Thursday, and hopefully on Saturday I'll be able to go live, but at least today and Thursday we're going to talk about what it means to be expectant. Number one, we're definitely going to define that today. And then also on Thursday we're going to take a deeper look into what our expectations are, what they have been, what they are, and possibly see if maybe we need to adjust our own expectations for the future. So to be expectant, our definition, to be expectant is having or showing an excited feeling that something is about to happen, especially something that's pleasant and interesting. So I'm excited. I feel good because of a feeling that something good is about to happen. Okay. Now, the reason why that definition is so important, it's very key not to just not to just skip over certain words, is because number one, expectations all are derived from a feeling. Okay. If I feel happy about something that is about to take place, that's because I know based off the expectations that were set that something is about to be met, or something positive is going to generate out of that situation. And then, well, really, honestly, that's the main thing, is understanding like the feeling behind it, and understanding also the future events that are about to take place. So that really is where our expectations, or our feelings of excitement based on expectations, can derive. And then of course, if you are let down in situations, that's where you have those negative feelings that are associated with that. And then you end up associating it with the entire situation instead of pinpointing what exactly happened. Case in point, and then this will be the end of this because I don't want to make this video too long. Case in point, 2020. At the start of 2020, I think I said this either last week or the week before last. At the start of 2020, really at like December 31st, 10 p.m. of 2019, our expectations were so high. Why? Because we not only were looking forward to beginning a new year, as we always do, but we were also looking forward to coming into a new decade, which proved to, a lot of people were declaring a lot of things about this decade, of how it's going to be prosperous, of how it's going to be abundant. We're going to, receive all of these blessings because we're coming into a new decade. And so our expectations were so very high. And even, I would say, even at coming into the new year, in January, they were still high. In February, they were still high. March is where our expectations, not necessarily that the expectation changed, but our viewpoint or our feeling towards that expectation changed, because we were looking at things as though our expectations haven't been met. So with all that being said, I am going to stop there, and I'm going to ask two questions that I want all of us to dwell on for Thursday's video. Okay. First question is, what are our expectations, or what were your expectations coming into 2020? And what are your expectations going into 2021? Okay. So for the New Year's. And then overall, what are your expectations in life in general? Like, what are you planning on getting out of life in general? I'm going to share mine on Thursday. And then I also want you to write these down. Of course, you guys know I'm a very I love being able to write and journal and things like that. So I'm an advocate for that type of stuff. But I want you to write down like what your expectations were coming into 2020, what your expectations are going into 2021, and then just in life in general, what are your expectations? And you could do like one expectation per, you can create a laundry list of things, do what you feel is necessary. But on Thursday, we're going to talk about them and your expectations, and we're going to hopefully you don't have to change too much, but what I want us to do is really understand that a big part of expectations is also a mindset shift, and being able to look at things in a different way versus looking at them based off of like what the negative aspects of situations that have occurred. So yeah. Homework for Thursday. Hope everyone has a great Tuesday, a fabulous Wednesday, and I'll talk to you guys again on Thursday. Bye.